Jesus visited him in America. Like when?
Like after
When he was like 15 or something, or when
no,
was?
like so after he was
It is.
When he was like
So
15
that's what
or
we got to
something,
do
or when
now.
was
after he was
it is when he was like so that's what we got to do.
yeah, so like after he was supposedly
That's a good way to start off the live stream,
yeah,
right? Jesus visited America when he was 15 years old.
No, they claim it was after he was supposedly, according to them, crucified and resurrected. Then he visited the Americas. I know I don't want him anywhere near me after the last time.
Where did we stop it, by the way? I got it on page 33. Can y'all turn off all the sound?
Yeah, I think it was 33.
Hey, what is all that? Like, I keep hearing the same thing getting repeated over and over and over again. What do you have it like on a video, watching the video, watching the video, watching the video? Is it? Let me see this one.
It's top 33.
Because there's one. Okay, this one's got 28. Because I thought there was one I actually started writing a mark. You hold on to this one, man. Page 33, top of the page. All right, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. All right, so page 33, top of the page. We should continue to advise the people and teach the people. But if they refuse to abandon their former lifestyle, we have nothing to do with them. A real Muslim will leave al-Jahiliyyah and all its traits in the rearview mirror. If you did not enter Islam for the purpose of making yourself better, why did you become Muslim? Why do you still feel the need to associate with the filth you were fleeing from? How can you become a better person when you still associate with criminals? Islam is a deen of submission, and it is not a have it your way type of deen. We are not in church. So, and this is the reality, because the person is still has carrying this stuff in his heart, and having love for people like this. And again, it doesn't mean that, okay, look, these are your former friends or your former companions. You go to them to give them dawah. You try to call them to Islam, and you want them to also see the truth and try to become better people. But that has its limits, and it doesn't mean that you go out and hang out with them. I remember the brother Abdurrahman's father, Amin. When he used to be like this, like gang member type dude, went to jail, shot at old ladies and stuff like this. Well, he told me the story. Like, shot at the old lady on a bike. One time he just like drinking and shot at the old lady on a bike. But whatever, he ended up, becoming Muslim while he was when he was locked up. When he got out of jail, he would go and he would take all his old friends and bring them to the masjid. He wouldn't hang out with them. I used to go with him to their house because we all know the same people. So these are the same people that I went to school with, so I know who they are. We used to go to their houses. He wouldn't hang out with them while they were smoking weed and doing all this stuff. No, he would hang out with them, and they knew that when he came around to do what? Put that stuff away, hide it. Amin's around, and they would put that stuff away. They wouldn't have it out in the open when he was around because they knew what he was about. So if you're the type of person to where you come around people and they're still smoking and still drinking while they're around you, obviously they don't respect you. They don't respect you because you don't respect yourself. You don't have any type of self-dignity for yourself that you will, lower yourself to be in that type of environment. Because to be in that type of environment where people are openly doing these types of actions, that means that you don't have any self-respect. You don't respect yourself. You don't respect the deen, and you don't respect yourself. Because if you came into the deen properly, how could you be around people who are openly doing this type of stuff? Oh, I'm giving them dawah. You are. Doesn't look like it. Like I said, I watched the brother when he used to go around the kuffar that he used to hang around with. And they would, everything about them would change. If you ever been around gang members and they stop using bad language because they're too shy and they're too scared to say something disrespectful in front of you. Have you ever been around people like that? You know, so you see, like even their language would change. Everything about them would change. Hold on, let me turn the sound off. So whenever he was around, you know, because they respected what he was trying to be and what he was trying to do. So he wouldn't go in you know, in their environment where they're like cursing and yelling and smoking weed, and that's how you give dawah. You understand? You and he was used to go there, grab them, bring them to the masjid, and let them see like what the Muslims were doing in the masjid. He used to bring like one after the next. I don't know how many people he used to bring to the masjid. That's giving dawah. Well, what these crackheads do nowadays is what? Let's go hang out with them in their environment. You know, let's show that, you know, we're still cool. You know, nah, fool. That's not cool. That's stupid. And that's because you have no self-respect. You have no, you know, again, you haven't learned the deen properly. You know, if you truly love this deen, then you wouldn't have any love for any of that type of stuff. And, you know, if you enter this deen and real submission in this deen, then you wouldn't have any love left in your chest for those actions and the people who do those actions. Give them dawah, not in those types of environments. And if you are the type of person where you come around and they don't feel shy, then you need to go check yourself. You know, that's something that you need to, you know, go back and like reevaluate yourself. Because when you come around, that's how they should be. Put the stuff away, put the stuff out, you know, change your language and start speaking more respectful. You know, but if they don't change their behavior, then that shows a lot about you. So Allah musta'an. So he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah said in the Quran, وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ وَلَا مُؤْمِنَةٍ إِذَا قَضَى اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ أَمْرًا أَنْ يَكُونَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَرَةُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِمْ وَمَنْ يَعْصِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَقَدْ ضَلَّ ضَلَالًا مُبِينًا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it is not for the believing man, nor the believing woman. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala qada, it means what? That he legislated an affair, legislated a matter. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, do this. And it's you know, if this happens, then it's not for us, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala legislated something, or the messenger or his messenger legislated something, that we have a choice in the matter. We have no choice in the matter. You know, as-sam' wa ta'a, you know, we hear and we obey. You know, we don't have a choice in the matter. You know, your choice is to either be obedient or be disobedient. From themselves. He said, and whoever disobeys Allah and his messenger, then he has truly gone clearly astray, clearly in error. I'm called Dalla Dalalan Mubina. So Dalla in the Arabic language, it means to become lost. I mean, literally to become lost, like physically lost. Like you're trying to get to somebody's house and they gave you direction. We're talking about the days before, you know, Google Maps, you know, back when people had to give you directions to get to their house, right? And then you took a turn, you took the wrong turn, or you got off on the wrong exit, you know, in like some small town in Mississippi or something like that, where you're trying to get to another city, and now you just don't know where you're at. You know, you have no clue. You don't even know how to get back. This is where you say like Balla and what Ballaltu at-tariq. Like I lost the path, you know, because you went off the path. So that's physically. But here obviously we have the physical path, and it's used for something that's physical, concrete, and something that's abstract, which means the path of the deen. And that's where it means, you know, like called Dalla Dalalan Mubina, like they very clearly become like what? Lost off the path. So Allahumma musta'an. So he said this affair is clear. The impermissibility of joining gangs and associating with gangs is clear. It is upon every Muslim now to submit to end this issue, or to submit. To end this issue, we have the following hadith from Sahih Muslim. This hadith is a long hadith, so I will not place the entire hadith here. The hadith is number 1218, and it is reported by Jabir ibn Abdullah radiyallahu anhuma. He was given an account of the final Hajj of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and in that account, he detailed the sermon of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave at Arafah. In that sermon, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Inna dima'akum wa amwalakum haramun alaykum, ka hurmati yawmikum hadha fi shahrikum hadha fi baladikum hadha, ala kulli shay'in min amr al-jahiliyyati tahta qadamayya mawdu', wa dima'u al-jahiliyyati mawdu'atun, wa inna awwala damin adha'u min dima'ina damu ibn Rabi'a ibn al-Harith. كان مسترضعا في بني سعد فقتلته هذيل وربا الجاهلية موضوع وأول ما ربا أضع ربانا ربا عباس بن عبد المطلب فإنه موضوع. All right, so here it said, verily the blood and your wealth are inviolable, just like the inviolability of this day during this month in this land. Verily everything from the affairs of al-Jahiliyyah is placed under my 2 feet, and it is abolished. Khalas, it's done. Everything from the affairs of Jahiliyyah. Does that mean that the people are not going to continue these practices anymore? No. That means that it's not legislated. That is khalas, it's abolished, it's done, it's finished. And anybody that continues these practices continue so in what? It's in a sinful manner, because it's abolished, it's done. So then he said, abolished also are the blood feuds. And the blood feuds, obviously, because these were between tribes. One tribe killed a person from another tribe, and then it caused this war between the 2 tribes. So he said all of these blood feuds are also what? Finished. It's the blood feud, the blood of Ibn Rabi'a ibn al-Harith. He was breastfed by a woman from Bani Sa'd, and a person from Hudayl killed him, and this caused a war between the tribes. The usury of al-Jahiliyyah, which is the interest in the usury, is also abolished. The first usury that will be abolished is our usury from Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, for verily it is abolished. So all the affairs, everything from the Jahiliyyah, all the characteristics and all the actions, all of this is done away with Islam. So true Islam will do away with all these actions. But wishy-washy Islam, half-hearted Islam, what? Charlatan Islam, what else? What other form of Islam we got? Crackhead Islam. Can't forget the crackheads. You know, got the wishy-washies, we got the charlatans, we got the crackheads. Obviously, will continue on these traits of Jahiliyyah. And in fact, they'll promote the traits of Jahiliyyah more than they'll promote what? Islam. The only thing that you'll see about Islam from these folks is what? You know, maybe the Jummah, you know, Salat, something like that. But everything else about their life is what? And this is when they actually pray. If they actually pray, you know. But then everything else about their life is really promotion of traits of Jahiliyyah. All the affairs of Jahiliyyah have been abolished by our Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The same messenger that these flip-floppers claim to follow. But obviously they don't really truly follow him, do they? Since all the affairs of al-Jahiliyyah have been abolished, we will not tolerate wishy-washy Muslims in our midst trying to breathe life back into those affairs of al-Jahiliyyah. We will not tolerate this foolish behavior for 1 millisecond. For anybody who wishes to revive the ways of al-Jahiliyyah, don't let the door hit you on the way out. وَإِذَا سَمِعُوا اللَّغْوَ أَعْرَضُوا عَنْهُ وَقَالُوا لَنَا أَعْمَالُنَا وَلَكُمْ أَعْمَالُكُمْ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ لَا نَبْتَغِي الْجَاهِلِينَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, and they when they hear what? Foolish speech, you know, speech that has no benefit. أَعْرَضُوا عَنْهُ, that they turn away from it. They don't participate in it. They don't partake in it. They don't sit there and laugh and joke and jest amongst the foolish people. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say about them? أَعْرَضُوا عَنْهُ, that they turn away from it. They get as far away from it as possible. وَقَالُوا لَنَا, and then they say to them, for us are our actions, and for you are your actions. Salamun alaykum. You know, peace be to you. You know, may you know, peace be upon you. We do not seek the ways of the arrogant. We don't seek the ways of the arrogant. We're not trying to take on the ways of the arrogant, the ignorant. Sorry, not the arrogant. But Allah Muslim. But again, like I said, this is what a lot of, sadly, what a lot of Muslims wish to do is to perpetuate this these traits of a Jahiliyyah. Allah Muslim. What, back again? He's trying to end it off with a bang, man. What do you got in there, man? Like you got sardines in your pocket or something?
I don't think so.
Because he's just going right for you every single time. And
also tried
yeah, and it's in an attack mode too, because it's not because of the thobe, because all 3 of you are wearing thobes. It's not the chair. It's not like that's his chair or something. So I guess we're not no questions today, huh? Doesn't look like it. Allahumma musta'an. All right, so that's it, inshallah. Wa ilahuna subhanakallah wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.